Round about Halloween, the Cinemassacre truth puts a bunch of dumb shit on your screen. Hope you've got the time.
Because I have to be done at 5:40 right now.
ठीक है, हर जगह मैं तुम्हें नहीं ले जा सकता। क्या कहकर मिलवाऊंगा तुम्हें उनसे? मैं कहीं नहीं भागूंगा। तुमसे भागकर कहां जाऊंगा? जाओ, जाओ ना। पीछे पड़ गया।
Vinodhaya Sitham is a dark comedy drama film released exclusively on the Indian Z5 network in 2021. As a curator of film TM, I've come across a lot of movies, and I found this film very interesting and even drew some parallels to my own life. The movie stars Parasuram, a middle-aged man who suffered from a poor work-life imbalance. He loves his job, but he also loves his family. I can relate. He even has some good fashion sense and a full head of hair. So much he has to comb it all over to one side. Parasuram is a hard worker. He wakes up every day at 5 a.m. and gives himself 40 minutes of exercise in the morning before he runs off to do some personal errands, then spends all day at the office where he is an assistant manager. He loves his kids. They're all adults, but he still watches over them every day, even telling them what career paths to take and whom to marry. He must suffer a lot, not having the luxury of working from home. At the start of the film, Parasuram is on a business trip, making a sales deal that will likely promote him to managing director. Oh wow, cool. I'm a director too. I've made over 500 films. When the flight to go home that night gets canceled, Parasuram gets upset that he can't be with his kids. He has logically thought things through, but he's never climbed the Rocky IV mountain or went to the last blockbuster on Earth while my kids stayed at home. He hires a driver to take him overnight and makes sure to tuck his kids in over FaceTime during the long ride home. He insists the driver go as fast as possible, which leads to a terrible accident. He finds himself in a dark room all alone. No crew. Nobody. Then a scary-looking guy shows up. His name is Time. Time. His name is Time. Why couldn't he be Fred Fox? Time says that Parasuram's time is up. This is also my greatest fear, as it's a natural fact of life that there is less time each year. Parasuram won't accept that he is dead. He begs Time for more time, to live. He needs to take care of his kids. Time takes pity on Parasuram and makes Vinodhaya Sitham, meaning in English, a strange decision. Yeah, let's stop here for a minute and explain that this movie is in the Tamil language. Everyone sounded like a poo from The Simpsons, so I'm told. I've never actually watched the show. I can see why it's popular. So I watched it on mute with the subtitles on. Reading the subtitles was easy because I learned Tamil just like how I learned Japanese, with a little chart so that when I'm playing Nintendo Famicom games that all you losers, I mean Sims, said me, I can just look at the paper and it tells me what it means. Same deal here. Time gives Parasuram 90 days to live, to get his life in order so that his family is taken care of after he's gone. But it all goes wrong. He goes back to work and gets passed over for the managing director position. I can't fathom such a thing. Can you imagine a world where younger, more talented directors surpass me? He fights with the boss, reminding him of how the company wouldn't exist without all his hard work. This is something I can relate to. My phone company wouldn't exist without me. I save lives every day. Then he tells his boss, no job, I refuse, and quits. Full fucking force. Parasuram vents his frustrations on Time, who already knows because Time sees and knows all. Time reminds him that the house, the money, the car with the iPod or compatible cassette deck, it's all tied to the job. And if he quits, then it's all gone. Sadly, this forces Parasuram to take his job back. I think now is a good time to mention that Time is played by Samathurakani, who is also the director. Another thing I have in common with this film, because I starred in the Angry Video Game Nerd movie, which I also directed, even though I wasn't the one who did it. Time also confronts Parasuram over all the bad things he's done in his life. One time he screwed over another man competing for the same job. It turns out Parasuram hurt a lot of people in his life. He pleads with Time to reach some of them by phone to apologize, but the calls are all rejected. I think this is where the similarities to my own life end. Thank God I had good friends who always tried to help me and never let money get in the way of friendship. And now that I'm a Hollywood director, look at all the people I help out on my YouTube channel. I pay so many people in free exposure, and I'm still friends with all 5 of them. In fact, Justin is going to call me back any day now. Parasuram tries to turn his life around as the 90 days counts down. He moves up in his company to general manager. With more time to the company, he gives his kids more freedoms on where to study and work. He blesses their non-arranged marriages. Everyone was applauding Parasuram. I don't really know how the movie ends. I was watching the film online when suddenly my sponsor, ExpressVPN, stopped working. I couldn't pretend I was watching this from India, and this the last 15 minutes. So fuck 'em. I got a new sponsor, MaPillow. As for Parasuram, I'm sure he's still around with nothing but good memories.
That's it. We just ran out of time.